Gentlemen in the mix.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream, the Financial Crisis 2.0 in 2023, where we're just starting with CS, Credit Suisse Group. That at open this morning was sitting at $1.75, an all-time low. Talking about at the open, it was down 30%, but then a miraculous recovery. What happened? I think they just had a meeting, right? Like with the European Fed or whatever. And it was like, what? Also, Saudi Arabia was like, we're not going to service anymore. We're not going to give you any more funding, and it caused them to crash. But it recovered, and after hours, it's up almost 10%. So a gap fill is not far off. So I just wanted to look at that. I mean, start the stream with that. Look at this thing, man. All-time lows every day, man. And it's just kind of like the entire sector is wrecked. XLF made fresh lows. Yeah, I know, a little recovery today during power hour. You made the lowest price since since my birthday, the 14th, not the 17th. And just that $30 level looms, because when that breaks, you will continue down. You will leg down. And what's sad is normally you get confirmation lows, you rally, and then you continue onward to deep retraces, but that's not happening in this situation. You are coming back down to that $30 level, and once that breaks, it's straight down to $25, $26. And then when you know what would happen, right? Eventually after that, the XABCD, the 886, use your imagination here. 886, way down here. And that lines up with a peak from 2015. That would make sense for banks. Eventually. This is going to take a long time, man, but it's been really scary past few days for the financial sector. And what happened? We're a couple hours ago, they've announced that central bank digital currency being launched. What's called FedCoin? FedCon? Yes. Was it Chalin? Fed Now is what it's called. If you didn't know, I'm sure they would make it really quiet so you wouldn't know. But yeah, it's really bad. But that's something we've been talking about for years. Here, that was the end game. Create crises, right? COVID, manufactured, all this stuff. Create all these problems, and then print money, debase the currencies, raise interest rates after inflating the money supply, and then pull the rug. Yeah, good job. Do an audio check. Might be a little loud on my side. I'm live early because I got to go early. Can only be live for like maybe an hour or a little less. So, I mean, we can just, if you want to look at Bitcoin, we can. I just wanted to show you that. I mean, there were other ones that were down. Like, a lot of the banks like rallied yesterday, but then like Signature Bank, it's done, right? It's still done. It ended. It closed up shop 2 days ago. It will no longer move. It's just going to remain here forever. But yeah, you had altcoins got wrecked today. You even can believe it. Energy got destroyed too. Knock out Bitcoin. Let's get flow in here. All right. 24,500. Bitcoin's pretty flat. I mean, it's down 1%. That's really not bad, man. I mean, you're above 23,835. That's the breakout level, in my opinion. So you think if this is real, 28,800 to 30,000 in time, if that central bank digital currency news is like, real and stuff, shouldn't that just be auto buy Bitcoin? You have extra money laying around, that news, and buying Bitcoin. Just not much to it right after the crazy 4 days indecision candle. I love that. That's fine. Cool off for a second and then just continue tomorrow. Good with me, man. I know Ethereum's down a little bit more. That 1730 level, this just proves how real it is and how often it's been regarded as resistance. And we know what will happen if, say, Bitcoin pivots and holds here above 23,835, starts running to 30K. It's almost certain that Ethereum will break 1730 and run straight to $2,000. We know that's not even a weekly target. The weekly targets, Ethereum 2,400 all the way up to $3,300. Again, that could take a couple months, few months to get there, but with buyers defending this level again, man, it's so good. Gold mooned. Oh my God, man. Of course it did. I believe that. See BNB. Still broken out, right? After all the bad stuff. I mean, there was carnage. There's current carnage on altcoins. Okay. We're talking about FIL down 17.5%. SNX, it was down 17%, still down about 16%. Maker down 13%. FTM down 13%. REN down 12%. Some of these are getting delisted from Coinbase. That news broke today, right? YFII, you're done, son. OMG, Amisago, you're gone. I think REN might be one too, if I recall correctly.
Man, it's so great to have these streams in this crazy set of macros. Putting in an early ask to take a look at SHIB, had been following the setups on it from months ago. Still trying to learn.
If you look at it, yeah, I mean, it essentially hit the level that made sense and then just failed trying to break it. Just too much supply and or not enough demand. It's been rolling over since then, and I'm sure it got it did get hit. It's down like 8% today. So here's BNB. I think you do. We'll look at a SHIB right after XRP, which is next. But look, BNB, the massive breakout from the old all-time high, it's still broken out, and it's only down 0.81% compared to all these others that are shattered. This is like the in fact, on the watch list I have here, it's it's performing the best. It is the one with the least amount of losses. Bitcoin's down 1.07%. This is the only one that's only down less than 1% right now. So hype for CZ and BNB being broken out and still just testing the old supply line as a demand line. Very nice. Now we go to XRP. Down 3.5%. And there you go, man. That daily, it's just...
What's up, Mitch? Can we take a look at Workday? WDAY hit the 0.886 type 2 from the COVID low and maybe flipping weekly support at $175. Thanks for all you do.
What's up, Knock, man? Neil. Yeah, dude, we'll look at Workday. Sure. Thank you, man. Yeah, XRP, daily, just weekly, hey. Weekly still valid. It's there. Presenting a double bottom at an 88% retrace. Okay, it's been that way for 84 years now. Whatever. Daily just still looks like garbage. I mean, once it gets invalidated, this will be invalidated probably when XRP breaks above 40 cents if it ever happens. If this plays out, 32 cents, you know it, man. Just all I see is just classic distribution on the daily right now, but the weekly still valid until that 32.5 cent level is breached. With confirmation. All right. Not great. Yeah, these are getting cooked with the macro trepidation across the board. Shiba. Yeah, man. It's crazy, though. You had, 5 days of bliss and small rallies and a big old bearish engulfing candle. Well, decently sized bearish engulfing candle being painted today. It could be headed down to an 886. All right, you think that's probably happening. This is a bad action magna move. 885 seems like it could be a target here. 885, the candle high close back from September 2021. We knew that was the breakout point. January 10th, it was identified. The breakout, the back test, and the rally. It's respecting the TA in regards of the daily where it created the pattern, type 2 return, bullish divergence, then rallied to the level of adversity. Like we knew this was a level where there'd be supply and it's inflection, and if there's not enough demand, it's not going to break it. It didn't break it, and it's been rolling over. I'll just say this: as long as wherever Shiba, it's been drawing down, as long as it's a higher low than these two lows back from November, December, an accumulation argument will be presented, and it would actually be, it'd be your third higher low. You had your lowest low put in June, Black Saturday, June 18th, 2022, and then your second low here, and then go ahead, give me one more higher low on the weekly. Give me another higher low. It'd be fine. More accumulation over a long period of time. I really just not that concerned about these until they start breaking their previous lows. Then it's, an invalid argument, and that's whatever. Trader's market. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance mooning. It certainly is, man. I mean, you don't even have to look at the chart to know that by just looking at how devastated some of these altcoins have gotten today, and Bitcoin's just hanging out around 1% down, not even 1% right now. So that's Shiba, man. I mean, weekly, it's the weekly potential double bottom. Yeah, it's unfortunate you never made a higher high or the same high as the neckline from August, but again, this is not a dead argument until you're falling below the previous lows, which here would be 788 on the weekly. That's it for now. Guess we could just knock out. Oh, here's total. Right, total. Yeah. Jonathan, how you feeling about Credit Suisse today, man?
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Oh my God, man, he's right. Still above $1 trillion, just after yesterday's crescendo of seeing the highest levels since August, a pullback, but relatively mild compared to some of these altcoins, only down 2.29%. Could have been a lot worse. Thank God for Bitcoin, and I guess BNB. The only two that are down very small amounts. Like then Monera's down 2%, Ethereum's down almost 3%, and everything else is down 3% or more on this watch list anyway. The body bag is back. That's right, dude. Yeah, let's look at that while we're here. Let's look at, I mean, come on, man. You just gotta give Richard Wyckoff some credit here. All right, not me. Forget me, dude. I'm just a mere disciple of the game. But Richard Wyckoff, the man who discovered this, he wins. Like, this is exactly what's happening. We are in phase D of Wyckoff accumulation. You are on your way to 48%. You sprung in September. You then back tested the spring in November. And then you rallied and began phase D, and then signs of strength. Another low. And that's classic accumulation structure. After buyers defended a very real ice line. And now you're going and currently at your highest percentage dominance since June of last year. That will probably continue based on the fact that there is zero. Talking about, what's his name, Daniel Pena? Absolute zero resistance until 48% on this chart.
When it comes out, zero.
That's it, man. There's your dominance. More upside. Because history tells us it's never reversed anywhere. Like, it's 0 times has it reversed at this point until getting to 48%. 0. Up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now up. Why not? A few more percentage points up. I wonder where the altcoins are going to be at that point, you know? What's up, Not Yo Crypto? That's it's kind of weird and ironic that you say go Longhorns when I'm actually going to Austin tomorrow. What are they playing tonight? Is the first round tonight? I thought it was like the NIT and some other stuff, right? Let me check this. It's Wednesday. Texas Southern's playing, but you're not into Texas Southern. Wait, why'd you just say you said that? They're not playing. Maybe tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow they play Colgate in the first round. All right. Good luck, man. All right, that was a big one. Dominance. Okay, cool story, bro. We looked at the big four. We looked at total. Let's go to the index funds. Knock it out. Remember, I gotta do something. Yeah, a lot of chop, man. Very, very choppy. I mean, somehow, by the grace of God, miraculous recovery to close above that old mother of all trend lines. Again, decibel check. Let me know. Audio. I didn't see it. I guess Brad would have texted me at this point if it was really bad. Yeah, S&P is in a pretty weird spot here where it hasn't made its lower low yet, but it's certainly not making real higher highs. So that means that the long-term trend is still intact, long-term downtrend until, some sort of trend reversal happens. Still attempting to work on that, but man, it's just like, how is it going to happen with these bank stocks crashing and potential contagion? It's like, yeah, we get one day of utter chaos and collapse, multiple banks, and then recovery, everything recover, and then today, like Credit Suisse, just like, what? I mean, that it's not really the fact that people were thrown off guard about it. It's just the fact that, like, today's the day? Gotcha. Not the past 5 years of us all knowing it's eventually going to collapse. Just today was the day. And you just never know. Tomorrow could be recovery day, and then the day after that, another bank defaults or collapses or goes, whatever, So, index fund, I don't really see an opportunity for a fresh long right now. Again, right, that's all we're here for, is just looking for low risk, high reward opportunities based on traditional technical analysis. This is an index fund, and I'm just showing it to you. Okay. Dow Jones made its lowest price since, was it October? Lowest price since October. I was at 31,430 before a miraculous recovery. Wow. From the lows, the index fund rose 1.44%. And that's it. There's not really any support here. Not really. Yeah, probably lower. Yeah, what a day. NASDAQ, though, did pretty well compared to others, right? It ended up 0.05%. This arrow here is pointing to the piercing line reversal, potential piercing line reversal that I guess is still valid until the price falls below the open of this candle at 11,045. Or you think eventually 10,823 would be tested again, but not yet. And in fact, a daily candle high close above the 200-day simple moving average for the second day in a row. Okay. Again, these are just the index funds. We're going over them, looking at them. The IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF. You want to talk about Monka S? Look no further than the IWM, which what level? 170 here. It just did it, and it was like at one point in the day, it's breaking support. We're screwed. But then the rally came in, and you even closed above the top of the zone. Right? This is two different levels. One from 2018 and one just before the COVID crash. You closed above both of them today, but you tested both of them today. You fell below both of them today. Scary stuff, man. All right, pray to God this holds. Because that's it. This is it, man. I mean, a lot lower below 170. Okay, I gotta do something I've never done before. Okay, man, that's crazy, right? Pay attention. Please have your alerts set up below this level, because when you hear the beep, if we hear it together in the morning tomorrow, you'll know, oh my God, the sport's breaking. We could be in trouble, but not yet. All right, gold's mooned. What a strong day today. Well, it was very strong, and while all the index funds were at their session lows, gold achieved its highest high since February 2nd, and it was at its session highs in 1937 and change. But still, the traders could never close the price above this 1920, 1928 level. You go back and you can see exactly what it is. We looked at this yesterday. We look at gold like almost like every day, really. But look, that's the wick high. You closed yesterday above 1897 by a few dollars, and then the rally today, and it's just right at that wick high from September 6th, 2011. Right at it. Right below it. Okay. So that's like kind of another like breakout point, I guess. I'm just showing you the levels, okay? This could end up turning into a lower high and roll over and create an M shape way later, way down here. But for now, it's been some good days for gold with all this financial tumult, the financial systems tumult. And then you got your silver here. Also had a decent day. It pumped. I mean, again, index funds are getting wrecked. 22.38 at its high. That was the highest price since February 9th. Still above 28.168, and that's about it so far.
Sometimes being imaginative costs.
U.S. oil was down. It broke down finally. Thank God. All right, made its lowest price since December 2nd of 2021. Not 22, 21. And made its lowest daily candle close since that same period, December of 2021. And the target, $60. It's been really tough here, but as we discussed yesterday, a couple days ago, doesn't really look good. Kind of Momo shifting, confirming distribution. Oh man. Yeah, $60 target here. The party ended with the bear shark. If you're new, I'm sorry. But here it is. Continuing to descend. Natural gas also got wrecked. Well, to a degree. Yeah, it was down multiple percentage points. And just like gapped up on the new day that started about an hour ago, less than an hour ago. And you got a gap fill still at 232. That's gonna fill, man. Gonna fill, man. Sorry. Having to like multitask on things.
Sometimes being imaginative costs you.
What in the world?
Many of us are willing to bear
Okay, so that was natural gas. Probably shouldn't even have gone live, man. It's gonna be too much. Really tough here. So U.S. Steel, remember how it back tested those levels as resistance? Well, it collapsed today. Yeah, that's what happens when you test once and twice old levels from history. Right, very educational chart. You can't do that. You can't do this. This is how it ends most of the time. Not always, but probability is higher than 50% that it would reverse there, and it did, and saw its lowest price since December, and just right above that 200-day simple moving average. Yeah, tough. Rare earth metals too. Ooh, wow. Talk about distribution. That's not distribution. Nothing is. Look at that. It's gorgeous in a way, and it made its lowest price since April 2021. Lowest daily candle close since April of 2021. And you probably got a lot further to fall here. I mean, $70 easy, but if you don't hold, the buyers do not defend at $70, it is a long way down. And probably from the low to the high here.
A&M Corpus tomorrow, we beat their funding sister school already. Roll Tide. 0.000453330 BTC.
Hey, William, you know who else did? Appalachian State. Thank you, dude. Only real ones will get that. Thank you, dude. Okay, so yeah, the classic distribution on rare earth metals. Here it is, the structural development. It's a continuation by the looks of it, right? I would look at that and I would run. I would run. you're in a well-confirmed downtrend, and then you present the bearish structure. Probably going to be reliable and very well could perform well. And, way lower in time. All right, orange juice finally kicked it a little bit. Didn't move, it's still up there, though. Still looking at this potential confirmation low with the old all-time high. It's just orange juice, man. Get your orange juice while you can. It's ridiculous. Okay, so, whatever. It's just some commodities, man. We're looking at them. Cool story, bro, right? Copper still... copper actually, it broke the 395 level today. So that's a big deal. We were monitoring that yesterday. It was, hey, man, maybe it hold. And it didn't. Did not hold and made its lowest daily candle close since January. Really not that bad, but at that heart line now. And if it doesn't hold the heart line, well, coming on down to 360 to test this, the channel that you failed to break out of and then started showing distribution by the looks of it. All right, good luck. All right, let's look at that request real quick. I want to look at a couple individual assets just to reiterate that it's not all bad, man. There's actually some promising stuff out there if you can pay attention. Let's see. It was Workday Incorporated. Well, yeah, I can. I've only been here once by the looks of it. All right, so the question was, or he wasn't asking a question. I mean, obviously we have some sort of shark here. I don't know. Did it hit the 886? It's gonna be real close. It might have been just short. Mother of God. Nice request, Neil. Because you're talking about a completed shark with a type 2 return. Scott Carney specialty. Potential double bottom became confirmed. And yeah, you're up here at these levels, and it's, unfortunate because it's really hard. I don't really like when an asset breaks out, then back tests the level as support after it's already run so much. And look, I bet you, just looking at this right here, there's probably bearish divergence or something from one high to the next on the daily. Let's see, or at least 12-hour. Why not? There it is. Sometimes you don't even have to look at the oscillator to know, but I mean, I guess it hasn't performed too well yet. Downside. It's just harder to be like, oh, I can't wait to long this bullish back test with some buyer exhaustion there. But yeah, it's still elevated, but you're not buying low. Oh God, man. But yeah, great structure here. It's just the lowest risk area was down at 135. Well, but dude, it's at 184. So it's like, oh, okay, it's 33. It's 45 to 33% off its lowest risk entry area. That's your issue. But, I'm not going to say it's not awesome. It was awesome, and it's been playing out. TA's been respected. But I just, when it gets up here to these levels, you just don't know if that support will hold, and it could be high risk because this thing could melt down, fill a gap at 142, make a slightly higher low than these two lows, and still be fine. That's what's crazy about it, right? Could actually, the bearish divergence keeps playing out, bad market days. The gap fill down here, pivots there, and then does the thing, right? Then continues over. That's the problem. You're paying some premium here, and it's a little higher risk. But yeah, I mean, I guess like if you are like, hey, I want to be a breakout trader. If you want to be, then it's like pretty easy, I guess, to set up your stop loss just below the breakout. That is the breakout level at 180. You could try to maybe put the stop below the bullish engulfing candle you saw a few days ago, but again, it's just you're buying high on a slightly higher high. Okay, that's Workday. That wasn't the last request, the only one. So, yeah, man. Not really. Yeah, all right. But yeah, I was just talking about like some like tech stocks though. Really promising, dude. Because I'm limited. Okay, I gotta do something. Okay. Yeah, tech stocks though, like, forget the doom and gloom because that's all it's been. Yeah, I get it. And some of these energy stocks too bad, but let's take a look at this. Is one been eyeballing so hard, man. I mean, I own this. I almost got stopped out because the stop was just below that $88 low. But dang, man, if that piercing line didn't catch some follow through, and you are broken back out. You're above the supply line. You've just made your third low. Hidden bullish divergence still valid. In fact, today you made your highest price in a month. How does that happen? You make your highest high in a month when like banks collapsed this morning. So performance is pretty good. So please have your alert set up on this because this thing is technically broken out. It rebroke out. Yesterday, rebroke out. So the upside is common. It would be a common upside target. Common, just like Ethereum would make a common retrace of 109 to 125, while 382 to 618. That's it. What's wrong with that? It is a textbook accumulation structure. Go type in 3 rising valleys on Google and tell me what you find, and you don't tell me this isn't some sort of textbook example of that. Sorry, it's handling something. All right, Google, the other ones we looked at, AMD looked great. Microsoft looks really interesting. I don't even know if we looked at it much yesterday, but dude, this one, it's like, ooh, who knows about the fundamentals, bro? But dude, the technicals, stupidly good. I mean, you're talking about a downtrend you'd been confined in, and it began its development since November 2021. You finally broke out in February, but then a pullback, a throwback occurred, right? Where what was once the resistance became the support, not once, but twice. And on the second test, there's the bullish engulfing candle, and that bullish engulfing candle closed above, the buyers closed the price above the 200-day moving average follow through. And I mean, that's not a bad looking chart. Not a bad chart right now if this sustains. I mean, and completely fine until you fall below 246 on Microsoft. Again, upside potential, just common retraces from the ultimate high to the ultimate low. You've already hit one. You already hit the 382, but you're pivoting after pulling back there, and then 281, 297. Gap fill at 286, 290. Yeah. All right. So these tech stocks, right? Q is going to save the world. My God, AMD, just a sight to behold, man. Up 2.55% today. Highest daily candle close since August 26th. Highest price since of the year of 2023. Look what happened on this one. Very similar to Microsoft in ways, right? But look you had a stronger argument here because the ICE line was formally back tested as support. And so $94 to $98, the zone. And if you break that, wow, look out. The deeper retraces 382. You haven't even seen a 382 like Microsoft did. 38% retraces in that zone. 50%, 108, 618, 121. Hey, think about a full retrace. The deep ones. Could be mad, could be wild, man. As tech, rotate, the money maybe rotates into tech. Banks collapse, energy starts collapsing, finally reverses its trend. Well, it would make all the sense in the world. All these effing individual energy stocks have been making these global 1618s, and not once but twice over the course of months. So they got, and then what about the one we really honed in on yesterday that was gorgeous? It was so good we made a setup on it, or 2 days ago. I can't even remember. It's so glorious here, man. Shopify. You want to talk about textbook? Here's their textbook. Forget the inverse head and shoulders. Look at the accumulation structure. Still above $43 or $40. Anything above $39.20 at this point is valid for way more upside. $62.27, $78 targets. It's stupid. Hidden bullish divergence on the third low. I think we've seen that before. The Wombo combo. These are works of art being painted by the composite man, in my opinion. I mean, they may fail, and okay, whatever. You stop losses, but dang, man. These patterns, these potential patterns, these structures have been researched. And it's like, okay, let's pay attention. Really good context here as the third low happens to be lined up at the critical ice line. Nvidia may be strong, but it's not in actionable areas anymore. It kind of like took off, man. Remember earnings gapping up and continuing? Like, yeah, we had identified the inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, sure. Made its highest daily candle close today, in fact, since April 6th. Wow, you're going on 52-week highs on Nvidia. Not yet. You're getting there. You're getting very close. You won't make 52-week highs. I mean, this was March 29th, so you'd have to hit 290 and change to make 52-week highs in the month of March. Okay. What the? Okay, and also ones that were good, but they weren't great, like Square. I mean, it's like, man, all the stuff was being done that needed to be done. And well, you know what? If you give me a higher low, you can go a little bit lower. Look at the 200-day simple moving average on Square is being defended right now. So it's almost like another accumulation structure is developing here. After the Momo shift, after the springback test, after the completed M shape over the course of 1,000 days. These are not bad. Not yet. They're not bad. And I know the pullback at resistance. I get that. But when the pullback at resistance happens and it pivots, making a higher low than the previous discernible low from December, it's fine. Just like these altcoins. They'll be fine. They'll lose 70-80% of their value from those previous lows to highs, and they're still fine. Still higher lows. Still accumulation argument. All right, compelling stuff, right? Apple holding the line too. Yeah, I know, man. It's still above that 200 moving average, and you figure out what's it doing? Is it double topping, shooting star, but then engulfing candle a few days after the shooting star? Pretty tough here, man. Still lower highs and lower lows. I mean, right? You think about it. The trend is down. You're in a downtrend on Apple. Did it take out a high from October 31st even? Not yet. But I think the trend is still technically midterm down until you're breaking above 175, because that's the high. And you think about what could be going on here that could fool everybody is just another one, man. Another one of these. What are you talking about? An 886. Think about it. The rally's there. Everyone's like, oh, we're safe now. Just as they're going long because you're breaking a supply line, you're completing the 886, the shark, right? Be good for the Qs though. Whatever. hope everyone's having a good day, you know. Sorry about, you know, the whole financial crisis 2.0 happening before our very eyes. Yeah, Shop has the cake, man. The cake. I think Google has the cake, man, too. I think Square has the cake. It's just how patient are you? Are you watching the stuff every day? You can't, like, if you're watching it every day, that's cool. I mean, I am, but like, you can't be like making decisions every day. Like, you gotta understand what a daily time scale means and how long it could take to play out. That frees you up to go do other things. That's the beauty of swing trading, position trading. All right. Like something about Shake Shack. I know it was down 1% today. It's just interesting. And what happens if it sells off and it ends up making a higher low than 4160 and you give me a third low after completing this 1,000-day large pattern? How insane it could be. New Relic was another one that did some really good stuff, compelling stuff with some Momo ship. The inflection point was being defended by buyers, and then a big rally, and then earnings, and it's been selling off, and it'll probably fill a gap here. But just imagine New Relic doing something similar, where it just does something like it nicks the top of the zone, and then you get 1, 2, 3 valleys here. How gorgeous that would be. I mean, that'd be an entry for a long call options. My God. Can't tell me that wouldn't be low risk. It's the context that makes it so strong. But let me just look here. Check my notes, man. Look, dude, this is the stuff I'm talking about. How energy. This is a Nove Incorporated energy stock that completed, a shark and then went on a nice run with a double bottom in October 2020. It's been up ever since, but you hit the top of the channel not once but twice. It was, and there was bearish divergence on the second high, and it wasn't just the supply line that you were testing. You also barely touched that 2487 resistance from history, 2019. It goes back further than that probably too, right? Of course it does. It goes all the way back to 2005, 2007. And that's where it reversed at. And so now it's heading to oversold territory in this uptrend. It's going to be really interesting what happens here at 1652. But you are back below very important levels. I don't think you really want to be below $20, man. This is a big deal. This goes back to 1997, 1998, and 2001. You're below them all right now. You better look out on Nove. It's been a fun ride, but you got to wonder about energy now. This isn't really the one I'm looking at for, let me look at, I think, was it VLO or was it, yeah, this is the type of stuff, man, where this is so ugly looking on the weekly. This is like, look what you're doing. The old all-time high from 2018. You, as of the past couple days, you are now back below that key level. You tried once on the weekly, and you've tried virtually twice on the weekly. On the daily, you tried twice locally, right? So it's like a double top within a double top, right? Low, you see this November high and then this February high. That's what I mean. But this symbolizes one high on the weekly. This is the one high, and then the high before it was in June of last year. So it's like you could understand how much downside potential there could be if this is confirmation that the high is in a failed bullish breakout attempt over the course of 7 months, 8 months. This is some bad areas for longs, man. This is someone should have probably taken profit up here. This was it. This is the area. Okay, man, I don't know much time left at all. Look at the big boys. This is another one I'm talking about. This is the one I was talking about. It was in my mind. This is Chevron. This was all identified before any of this happened. Before this drawdown's begun, over a month ago, this was here. The first high, the slightly higher high, and for the first time ever, the 1.618 that goes all the way back from the old all-time high from 2014. The oil glut began, and then all the way to the bottom of the COVID crash, right? That 1.618 was it. Bearish divergence on the weekly. I think maybe even the monthly. No, not the monthly, just the weekly. Okay, all right. But stuff like that, that's like, okay, that could be it. All right, so money's going to rotate from energy, if this is real, into maybe some beaten down stocks that got, from last year that got obliterated, but are blue chips that make billions of dollars. Money continues to rotate out of Chevron, keeps going into Google, Microsoft, AMD, Nvidia. Okay, and that's the way it works, man. That's the money's always rotating. It's only been a freaking year, man. Think about this as maybe as a dragon too, like a bearish dragon of sorts, something like this, where you're pretty much breaking the dragon spine. Dragon, like, it starts right here, and here was the hump of the spine. It's broken, dude. Flip the chart over and tell me how familiar something like this looks. Hey, look at this chat. This chart, chat. Sorry. Look at this. Just think about it, okay? Burn it in your mind just for a moment. Okay, I see it. Take a sip of coffee. And then Henry Z, send me that clip, man. I'll put it on the soundboard. Someone out there, do it. Do it. Fulfill Henry Z's wish. But then you go to good old-fashioned natural gas, a little bit smaller of a structure. But go back to 2020, and you'll never forget it, man. And I was on the daily, too. I know. Different time scales. I understand. But look, how is this any effing different, man? It began a trend reversal that took natural gas to obscene levels. So just pay attention. Oil is not the place to be. Not for the person that cares about value. Whatever, man. I'll hold oil, energy stocks forever. It's like, okay, dude, but for anyone else, it might be time. It might be over for energy. But the good news is tech looks like it's ready to run for just some common retraces, which means substantial upside. All right, man. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. We've been live for about an hour, and again, I just got an previous engagement, whatever it's called, just plans. I got something else going on this evening, so, but I think like the value instilled, condensed in this 55-hour-long period was good. Some good points getting across about the different sectors here. All right. Times that could be a changing, man. So yeah, positive momentum, big one's building, rallying. Still, oh man, you're just right at that bullish control zone threshold. You are above 60, certainly. All right, 60 right there. Any day above 60 on the daily RSI is a good day, chat. So let's, and central bank digital currencies being unveiled. They're going to launch for the peasants, because the peasants will certainly take it. They love handouts, man. They've been, they've virtually been indoctrinated into taking handouts from the government and giving up their freedoms. They will vote away their freedoms. That's where we are, unfortunately. About half the country is okay with just losing all their rights for safety by my government. So, long live Bitcoin, individual sovereignty and freedom, truly. What was once resistance, chat, is becoming support If this is a real formal back test that succeeds, see you at $28,000, $31,000. Clip this for when that happens so we can look back on it, because that's currently what's happening, and fundamentally, this is the best time. I mean, my God, it's like we knew all this stuff was kind of coming over all the years we've been here, but now it's like today's the day. A couple days ago was the day too. These banks collapsing. It's crazy, man. Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you so much to, I think I said to Derek, eTarget, The Mean, and Stacking Cryptos. Stacking Cryptos and The Mean, thank you for the 2 months of support in the Citadel. And then eTarget, thank you for the first month. Welcome. New Citadel member, Fresh Blood. Hype in the chat. I already played the Jesus Challenge League in the stream accidentally. And let's do it if I can. Does this work? This button's all screwed up, man. I can't turn it off now. This is what happens when you move. Things just break. Thank y'all for the support. 100% crowdsourced. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. The Discord link, it's free to join. There are educational resources in the free Discord to join. Or just whatever. Worded that weird. Join it. If you're willing to get, if you want to get your feet wet in the world of traditional technical analysis, we have educational resources you can take advantage of to begin your journey, because it is a long one. Longer than from the Shire to Mordor, that's for sure. But just as fulfilling. Maybe just as difficult. It's all worth it in the end. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back. Until next time. Respect the T. A. Well, the chat box works again. Hype. Whoa, hey Razorback, thanks so much for the 2 months, man. The re-up, the Citadel, just saw that. Thank you, man. Kings.